Hey, I'm Jamie Easton. Today's episode of the Smart 7 is brought to you by Your Nectar Prices at Sainsbury's. Imagine a world where your favourite things cost less. It's pretty amazing, right? It's like the universe is aligned just for you. Well, that's the magic of Your Nectar Prices at Sainsbury's, and it's pretty simple. You can unlock up to 10 personalised discounts every Friday on things you love in the Nectar app. And the best part is that while Nectar Prices are for everyone, Your Nectar Prices are just for you. It couldn't be simpler. Each week you'll get up to 10 personalised offers. They're your Nectar Prices. So every Friday, just check your Nectar app and unlock your Nectar Prices to save more now. Enjoy your own personalised discounts on things you love with Your Nectar Prices at Sainsbury's. That's good food for all of us. This offer's for 18 plus, Nectar app required. Unlock up to 10 Your Nectar Prices weekly, available in supermarkets, online and in locals with Smart Shop. T&Cs apply. On today's Smart 7, PM refuses to rule out tax rises, Trump hails great progress in talks with Putin, and much more. It's Thursday, 7th of August, it's Cycle to Work Day, and happy birthday, Charlize Theron.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
The Commons may be on summer holidays, but the pressure on the Labour government over the budget and potential tax rises hasn't taken a break. Wednesday saw a report from think tank the National Institute of Social and Economic Research suggest that because of slow growth and tariff wars, the government now has a £40 billion hole in the public finances. They're suggesting the Chancellor is facing what they're calling a trilemma, which involves the fiscal rules, spending commitments and the promise not to raise taxes. Professor Stephen Millard is the Deputy Director of the Institute, and he says it's time to face facts.
Certainly there's a sense that they hadn't really thought through what they needed to do in terms of spending and how much that would cost in terms of higher tax. I think it is inevitable that Labour will have to raise one of the big taxes, and that will affect working people.
Prime Minister Keir Starmer was in Milton Keynes for a visit to a music library, and he was careful not to explicitly rule out tax rises while also remaining positive about the economy's prospects.
Some of the figures that have been put out are not figures that I recognise, but what's really important is that I'm very clear about our focus, which will be on living standards and making sure that people feel better off.
The Israeli military issued new enforced displacement orders on Wednesday, covering areas of Khan Yunis and parts of Gaza City, as Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu is poised to order a full occupation of Gaza. The Israeli War Cabinet is due to meet this week, and it appears there is opposition internally to the move, which will bring international condemnation. In the meantime, there's been no significant improvement in the flow of aid for a civilian population facing starvation. Culture Secretary Lisa Nandy says the British government is clear on what needs to happen.
We've been very, very clear with the Israeli government that we need to open the gates and flood Gaza with aid. People are starving. They're in need of medical attention. This cannot wait.
Meanwhile, IDF spokesman Nadav Shoshani continued the Israeli government's pushback, claiming that the international community are falling for Hamas propaganda.
IDF is not perfect, but we're doing everything we can to facilitate aid into Gaza. We're doing everything we can to be transparent, to improve the systems, but a lot of it is just plain lies being told by Hamas and then picked up by the world.
Wednesday saw Donald Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff in Moscow for another meeting with Russian President Putin. The US president's deadline for sanctions on Russia is this Friday, and it seems as though a breakthrough was made in what was apparently a 3-hour meeting. President Trump declared there had been great progress and hinted that a meeting between himself and Putin, and maybe even Zelensky, was a possibility in the near future. The Ukrainian leader got a Trump phone call along with European allies, and there was a suggestion that a ceasefire might finally be on the horizon. However, former British ambassador to Ukraine Lee Turner was sounding a note of caution about how Putin handles the US president and his envoy.
Witkoff isn't stupid, so he regards himself as being a very successful negotiator, just as President Trump does. But when he has been to see Putin, he comes back spouting verbatim Russian arguments.
We're 6 months into Donald Trump's presidency, and it hasn't exactly been smooth sailing. His approval ratings are at historic lows, and his policies on immigration and tariffs also appear to be hugely unpopular. Add in the ongoing scandal over Jeffrey Epstein and some erratic behaviour, including a visit to the White House roof on Tuesday and rambling rants about windmills, and it's no surprise the press were keen to ask him about his successor. Much to the disappointment of Don Jr., presumably, he plumped for the existing vice president, but on the plus side, he didn't threaten a third term.
Marco is also somebody that maybe would get together with JD in some form. I also think we have incredible people, some of the people on the stage right here. So it's too early, obviously, to talk about it, but certainly he's doing a great job and he would be probably favored at this point.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, in association with Metro, a slightly awkward birthday moment, and Liam Neeson gets ready for cold storage. Right after this. Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of the Smart 7 is brought to you by your Nectar prices at Sainsbury's. Imagine a world where your favourite things cost less. It's pretty amazing, right? It's like the universe is aligned just for you. Well, that's the magic of your Nectar prices at Sainsbury's, and it's pretty simple. You can unlock up to 10 personalised discounts every Friday on things you love in the Nectar app. And the best part is that while Nectar prices are for everyone, your Nectar prices are just for you. It couldn't be simpler. Each week you'll get up to 10 personalised offers. They're your Nectar prices. So every Friday, just check your Nectar app and unlock your Nectar prices to save more now. Enjoy your own personalised discounts on things you love with your Nectar prices at Sainsbury's. That's good food for all of us. This offer's for 18 plus, Nectar app required. Unlock up to 10 your Nectar prices weekly, available in supermarkets, online and in locals with Smart Shop. T&Cs apply. Welcome back. One of the biggest events in the tennis calendar is getting closer. That's the US Open, which takes place at the end of this month, and this week has seen a hotly contested Canadian Open as players look to secure seeded spots for the big tournament, which takes place in Queens, New York. Some of the biggest names on the men's side of the game skipped the tournament, including Novak Djokovic, Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz. The competition on the women's side was intense, though, with Emma Raducanu, Iga Swiatek and Elena Rybakina all knocked out. Naomi Osaka is through to her first final since 2022, which means she's also going to be seeded for the US Open, and she celebrated with a slightly awkward birthday treat for her courtside friend.
It's my friend's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to... I'm so sorry. Happy birthday, Alex!
It's been 8 years since Scottish singer Tom Walker had his biggest hit, Just You and I, but he's back touring this summer. He had almost instant success with that first song and only got round to releasing a second album last year. He popped up on the Chris Evans Breakfast Show on Virgin Radio with news that he's already working on a third album and to share a little bit about how his songwriting process works.
I've got no real method for it. Sometimes songs come to you at 3 o'clock in the morning while you're lying in bed, or you start singing a melody in the shower and I have to get out and put my phone on record, and sometimes you sit there for 6 hours trying to write a song and nothing happens. So yeah, when I let you know the divine conclusion of it all, I'll be sure to get in touch.
There's a new movie on the way that has blockbuster potential. It's written by one of the most successful screenwriters of all time. It has a strong cast and a plot that couldn't be more timely. It's called Cold Storage, and it's written by David Coep, the man behind scripts like Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, and even the first Mission Impossible. The cast features Liam Neeson alongside BAFTA winner Georgina Campbell and Vanessa Redgrave. And while the plot sounds a lot like The Last of Us, with a killer virus on the loose, it's actually a comedy with a little bit of a horror thrown in, and it hits cinemas in 2026.
We have a real problem here. There's like a virus or a fungus.
No shit.
That's not natural. That f***ing deer just took the f***ing elevator.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
Hi, this is Joe from Vanta. In today's digital world, compliance regulations are changing constantly, and earning customer trust has never mattered more. Vanta helps companies get compliant fast and stay secure with the most advanced AI, automation, and continuous monitoring out there. So whether you're a startup going for your first SOC 2 or ISO 27001, or a growing enterprise managing vendor risk, Vanta makes it quick, easy, and scalable. And I'm not just saying that because I work here. Get started at Vanta.com.